Bold and the beautiful early weekly spoilers for December 15th through the 19th reveal Hope Logan's Annika Knoll, wedding drama, and Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown spiraling. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, and then we dive into what's ahead for next week. On Wednesday, December 10th, we've got Sheila Carter very upset and barging in on Taylor Hayes' Rebecca Budig at her office. No appointment, not welcome there. Sheila wants to vent about Deacon Sharp Sean Connon finally telling her that she's not invited to Hope Logan and Liam Spencer Scott Clifton's wedding. You could tell that Deacon didn't want to tell his wife that, but when Sheila started talking about picking out her dress, Deacon's like, oh crap, I've got to tell her. He knew he had to tell her, he just didn't want to, and who could blame him? Sheila is obviously outraged. She thinks based on the fact that she's Deacon's wife, she is entitled to go to that wedding. I've seen some debate on Soap's social media about this, with some people saying that her being Deacon's wife absolutely should get her a ticket to those nuptials, but I disagree. I think it's kind of presumptuous. Sheila did try and save Liam and Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Meckins-Wood from Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, but then she turned around and helped hide her when she came back from the dead. So any goodwill she earned is gone. Sheila has wreaked havoc in the lives of the Forresters for decades, and she's been trouble for the Spencers and the Logans. She has shot the mother of the bride, so no, I don't think she gets an automatic invite. She's venting and Taylor Hayes tells Sheila, do not go over there and crash that wedding. I think she might ignore Taylor's warning and do what she wants. Of course, if she does, Deacon will absolutely flip out. Taylor Hayes tells Sheila that if she crashes Hope and Liam's wedding, that would just be crazy. That word sets Sheila off, and she demands to know if Taylor thinks she's crazy. The good thing is Sheila is consulting a professional, so if anybody can diagnose what's going on in Psycho Sheila's head, I think Taylor's a good choice. Liam and Hope's big wedding event kicks off, and it's going to last for 3 episodes, but they're not walking down the aisle until Thursday, so it's going to consume the whole rest of this week. Deacon is going to be there solo, obviously doing his father of the bride thing while Sheila is over there pouting and raging, and Taylor just wants her to leave. Douglas Forrester Henry Joseph Samiri is home for Hope's wedding, and I'm very interested to see if Thomas Forrester Matthew Atkinson brought him and if we get a glimpse of Matthew Atkinson. We know that he is back in December, but we don't have confirmed air dates for Thomas yet. You may recall also the last time Hope married Liam, which was the infamous t-shirt wedding. I think of like 2020, little Douglas was the officiant and Bate was just a baby. For anybody complaining that Bate is officiating, that seems to be Hope and Liam's thing now, letting kids officiate the wedding. So I think Bate is going to do a good job. Annika Knoll said in an interview that the Bate actress did a fantastic job, that she had pages and pages of dialogue and knew it all and was right on point. We've also got little Kelly Spencer, Sophia Perez McKinley back, and of course Douglas. So 3 kids will be there. Hope's getting ready to walk down the aisle, and her mom and her aunts are there to get her all ready to go. We've got Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, Donna Logan, Jennifer Garys, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom there. Bill Spencer, Don Diamont is on hand for the wedding, but it looks like both Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, and Eric Forrester, John McCook stayed back. Bate is going to welcome all the guests to the wedding of the year. And I do agree this is the wedding of the year on Bold and the Beautiful. The last wedding we had was Ridge and Brooke with the one witness as the stapler in the CEO office. Kelly's going to be there for her dad's wedding, and they've got onion rings on the menu for the reception, which is terribly cute. Also, what happens when an elementary schooler is planning your wedding, but it definitely sounds yummy. On Thursday, December 11th, we got Hope walking down the aisle. She is so excited to be marrying Liam again. I've been on the fence about this Lope wedding because of the way things were and the way that Liam has treated her for so long, you know, his divided heart, his waffling ways, all that. But I feel like they're at a point where he actually has changed. What's very interesting, I don't know if you saw this interview, but Scott Clifton said that Liam was supposed to be killed off. That fake cancer thing was not a fake cancer story to start with. Brad Bell brought him in his office and said that Liam was getting cancer and they were going to kill him off, and then they changed their mind. So this is kind of very interesting. I do feel like they're giving the character a fresh start. Hope is very excited that her son Douglas is there with them. Deacon's getting to walk Hope down the aisle. This is a dream come true. He could not be a more proud dad. Bill and Brooke each make speeches. Liam and Hope do their vows, exchange rings. It looks like the wedding itself is going to go off without a hitch. Part of that is probably because Sheila is still over at Taylor's office. And she's trying to get Sheila to see reason and keeps telling her not only can she not go to the wedding, but Sheila can't keep showing up there at her office. They're not friends, and they can't be because Taylor is Deacon's therapist. And of course, you know, Sheila shot her and left her for dead years ago, so that's a little awkward too. Ridge talks to Eric and reassures him that he respects him and that all of his success is also Eric's success. On Friday, December 12th, we've got Hope Logan and Liam Spencer's wedding reception kicking off. The newlyweds are being celebrated. I do wonder if there's going to be some reception drama and maybe Sheila shows up for some cake. Maybe she'll try to tell Deacon, yeah, but I'm not at the wedding, I'm at the reception. Is she going to try and loophole her way into this? I hope she stays away for their sanity. But honestly, for pure soap value, I cannot wait. And I really hope that Sheila does show up and we get some reception drama. The week of December 15th through the 19th, by the way, Douglas is gone by then. Henry Joseph Samiri is only back for 3 episodes, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week. So again, we'll have to see if Thomas dropped him off and is picking him back up or if we're going to have to wait for Christmas to see Matthew Atkinson's episodes. Hope and Liam are ready to start the next chapter of their life now that they are man and wife. This is, I believe, gosh, is it their 4th legal wedding and their 9th attempted wedding? They have a lot of practice at this, but they have another shot at love and being together as a family. I do wonder if they're going to add to their family now that they're hitched. Ridge and Eric's tension continues to simmer in the following week. Ridge didn't mean to, but he really hurt Eric, and now he's really thinking about what he wants to do with the rest of his life. Eric knows he doesn't have decades left to live, but he has life left in him yet. Sheila and Deacon are struggling. Sheila is still very hurt by this whole not invited to the wedding debacle. Steffi's really bothered by Eric's forced retirement. Katie's going to come to a decision about her future. Taylor's going to counsel Deacon, who's going to show up at therapy to discuss how salty Sheila is over the wedding. And Eric is going to contemplate his future and whether he will accept retirement or not. By the way, back in August, Brad Bell did an interview teasing an upcoming plot that included a rival fashion house. That was back in the summer. And at the time, this Eric thing wasn't on anybody's radar. So the question was, is it going to be Maron or Spectra? And then that interview kind of fell off my mental back burner, but I went back and reread it today because I thought about it. So it seems like it's going to be Forrester versus Forrester, and I cannot wait.